city of mine, it never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop work is life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Emily and today is my honest raw review of the Sonoline B Doppler. This is a Doppler that helps you hear your baby's heartbeat. Now, I can't find the box, but in the box you get the actual Doppler machine, the probe. They come separated. You're going to connect it here at the bottom and then they just click together. You also get two baby Doppler AA batteries. They're separate. You got to put them in the Doppler itself. And you also get a sample of ultrasound gel. I'll try to include a picture here, or even here, of what the gel looks like. It reminds me of a little travel tube of Avon hand lotion. It's very small. So if you're somebody that's more on the bigger side like myself, or somebody who's going to be using the Doppler on a regular basis, you need more gel. The gel is not going to last you that long. So instead of going out and buying ultrasound gel, you can get aloe vera. Aloe vera works just as good, does the same thing, and has health benefits because it's good for the skin. So on the Doppler itself, this first button here is the mode button. Sometimes depending on the mode you're on, you can't fully hear the baby or it's not as loud as you want it to be. So there's the mode button. You have a power button that you hold down, turns the Doppler on, and then you have a light to turn the display on and off. You also have a volume up and volume down button right here. Turn that off. I would say the batteries last a pretty long time. I think I got this Doppler, I want to say I was anywhere between 8 to 10 weeks, and I am 20 weeks, and I want to say I use this Doppler 3 to 4 times a week, if that less, if not more. And the batteries are still good. I have about halfway left. So batteries definitely aren't sucky. They're pretty good. You also have a headphone jack at the top if you want to put in headphones. So what we're going to be doing now is my amazing husband David is going to give a live demonstration on how the Doppler works, where to put it on the belly depending on how far along you are to hear the baby. He's also going to show us where you can find my heartbeat to compare it to the baby's. Let me just say a few things before we get into the live demonstration. You need to be patient. It sounds like, you know, an overused term. You need to be patient, right? Especially in pregnancy. But I can't tell you how many times I've gone into panic mode trying to find my baby when all it took was taking a break, coming back, or just he was in the wrong position. Okay, so it definitely takes patience. And if you're not patient, you will hear yourself thinking you hear the baby. And they are two very distinct sounds. The heartbeat changes. Like, I felt like there was something wrong with my baby because there was kind of like a click in his heartbeat, but my OB explained that it's because he's getting older, he's getting bigger, obviously everything is growing, and he's slowly but surely running out of space in the womb. So all of those things are a factor into why the heartbeat sounded the way it did. Another thing is this is a toy, okay? It's not an FDA approved device. It literally, I wish I could find my box, but I'm just gonna put a picture of the box. It strictly says for fun, not a medical device. This is not something, and I should take my own advice, but this is not something that if you don't hear the baby, you run to the ER, okay? This is not something that if the numbers are not what they're supposed to be, but you hear the baby, that you run to the ER. This is a device for fun. I bought this device. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse, and you will understand why right after this live demonstration.
All right, guys, we're gonna do the Doppler to show y'all how it works. So we got aloe here. You use aloe. They do sell like the stuff for the Doppler, but you go with aloe, it still works. So we got aloe, and then we got the the Doppler here. So we're gonna, I'll show you how it works. We're gonna do two things. We're gonna look for my wife's heartbeat first, and then we're gonna look for the baby's heartbeat so y'all can tell the difference. Sometimes it may take a little bit to get both, but just be patient. This is not a medical device. It's just to get the heartbeat. So, just for fun. That's what it says on the box. So think of it as fun. And let's see. So we're gonna put some of this aloe. Squeeze right here. Depending on how far along your significant other is, it depends. That should be enough. Not too much, but enough. Then obviously you're gonna take the Doppler, turn the Doppler on. So it gives you a nice little indicator, light. Right now, this is the baby's heartbeat. This is the baby's heartbeat, guys.
Sounds like horses.
Sounds like horses. It sounds like a horse galloping. And the number should be around, depending on how far along your significant other is, it should be around 140, 1 to 170, 180, all depends. But definitely ask your doctor. So you could keep a lookout of that. This is my wife's heartbeat. See? Slower, more calm. See, that's my wife's heartbeat. Now let's try to find the babies again. See now the galloping. Don't take the numbers at face value. These Dopplers, they don't give you the most accurate heart rate. So if you see the numbers go up all the way to like 150, and then the next second you see 112, most likely it's fine. Just speak to your doctor. I think we good.
Also keep in mind that depending on how far along you are and the size of your body is where you'll find the baby. So the baby, usually I was able to find him right by my pelvic bone. But now that I'm at 20 weeks and further, like he's around like this area.
Yeah, right around the belly, like just below the belly button area around here.
Usually about like 2 inches below the belly button. And just, it's really a matter of being patient. Because like we were able to like grab him right away this time. But sometimes it takes about 5-6 minutes. Depending where they are, where they're positioned, and also where your placenta is. If it's in the front, behind. So keep all of that in mind. Once again, shout out to my amazing husband, David, for that demonstration. Now, couple things that I feel like we forgot to mention. The more generous you are with the aloe, the better off you will be. Don't be skint. Use as much as you can. Use a generous amount, just like David had on my stomach. Use as much of a generous amount as you can. And keep in mind that you may have to put some in different locations depending on if you're trying to do what we did, like compare mine to the baby's. We don't do that. We strictly did that for the demonstration. We've learned the hard way by giving ourselves mini heart attacks on not being able to hear the baby, the difference between mine and his, okay? Back to what I was saying before. This is a blessing and a curse. I bought this device because I wanted peace of mind in between my appointments. I had a miscarriage last year, and I found out 4 weeks after the miscarriage actually happened because I found out at my next appointment, okay? I knew about this. I didn't want to buy it last year. I bought it this year because I did not want the headaches in between appointments, especially we're in a COVID world. I don't know if they'll change my appointments. I don't know if they'll cut back on my appointments because of COVID, but a blessing and a curse. I love it because it gives me peace of mind. I have some bonding time with the baby in the mornings where I will eat breakfast. I will let my breakfast settle, and then I talk to him and I listen for him. And also I feel like it's a good bonding exercise with David and the baby because David is able to hear him and talk to him while he finds him on the Doppler. So that's good as well, because for our partners, sometimes it's really hard for them to feel included because we're going through everything and they can only do but so much. So I feel that this is a great tool for couples. Does it take place of your appointments? No. Does it take place of your scans? No. Because again, it's just this little probe rubbing around, hearing all your bodily functions. Do not do this right after you eat. Do not do this right after you get out the shower. Do not use this after you exercise. You want to do this when you are laying the way I was laying, in a calm state, staying still, legs straight out. If you are early in your pregnancy, you may not be able to hear the baby. You'll probably hear the baby, I would say 10 weeks and up. I feel like we started to hear the baby at 7 weeks, but looking back on it now, I'm not sure if that was him. That could have very well been me thinking that it was him. So I recommend this product, but with a grain of salt. Know what you're buying. I got mine from Target. I believe I paid $65. There are different ones online. There are ones that don't have the probe. There are ones that have a machine that is just like this, and you'll do one of these. I know that with the COVID-19 pandemic and a lot of shutdowns, a lot of women had to purchase something like this for their doctor's appointments so the doctor can have an idea of what the baby's heartbeat sounded like and the numbers. Be patient. The numbers, when we first get his heartbeat, a lot of times he's 125, 126, which technically is normal, but me being me, I go into panic mode because usually his heartbeat is a lot higher. But it really depends on the spot you're in. It really depends what the baby is doing. It really depends if the baby is active in that moment. And it really depends where your placenta is. I have an interior placenta, which if you don't know what that means my placenta is in front of my baby. So my baby, I can hear him because you clearly heard him on the Doppler, but at the same time, his kicks and his movements are muffled, and sometimes his heartbeat is muffled by the placenta. So that's another thing to keep in mind with this device. But you see me, I am plus size and pregnant, and this is my honest review of the Sonoline B Doppler. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave the link for this Doppler in the description below in the event that you're interested in buying it. And again, if you're not subscribed to EP Life, what you doing with your life? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell. That way you're notified of all the latest here at EP Life. And product reviews, I'm making a comeback, whether they are pregnancy related or not. And I will see you guys next time.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love